Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
Fool the young and the restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel. Follow Genoa City Addicts. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the latest drama, and we are absolutely buzzing with excitement to share our thoughts with you all. Grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's get right into the thick of it. I am literally typing this up late at night because I just finished watching the latest episode and I'm absolutely losing my mind. I need to get this out of my system before I explode because I cannot believe what I just watched. I am screaming at my screen. I am pacing around my living room. I am feeling a mixture of pure adrenaline, absolute terror, and profound disgust all at the same time. You know exactly what I am talking about. The mustache and red. Victor Newman and Phyllis Summers sitting at the same table, looking each other in the eye, and actually striking a deal. I am shaking just typing this because this is the kind of unholy alliance that we have been begging the writers for, but also the kind that completely terrifies me. I mean, are we even ready for the level of destruction these two are about to unleash on Genoa City? Because let's be real, I have been watching this show religiously since 2015, and this is easily one of the most insane, brilliant, and downright diabolical twists they have pulled in years. Victor and Phyllis have always been at each other's throats. They despise each other. Remember the whole Marco Anicelli nightmare? Remember when Victor literally replaced Jack with a doppelganger and Phyllis was the victim of that twisted game? Yeah. I remember, Phyllis remembers. And yet, here they are joining forces. Why? Because of Kane freaking Ashby. Wait, I am getting ahead of myself. Let me back up and process this because my brain is going a million miles an hour. So, Phyllis has been backed into a massive corner with Summers Corp. We all saw Victoria and Victor actively sabotaging her company over the last few weeks, right? They were bleeding her dry. Michael Baldwin is retiring, Lauren is stressed out of her mind trying to help, and Summer's legacy is on the line. I honestly thought Phyllis was done for. I thought she was going to lose everything again, and we were going to have to watch another storyline of Phyllis hitting rock bottom and clawing her way back up. But then Victor does what Victor does best. He swoops in when his prey is at their absolute weakest. He sits down across from Phyllis, looking all smug with that classic Victor Newman smirk, and gives her an offer she literally cannot refuse. I was watching that scene, biting my nails, thinking he was going to demand her soul or force her to leave town. And honestly, he kind of did demand her soul, just in a corporate way. He offered her the CEO seat at Newman Media, the CEO seat at Newman Media. I jumped off my couch. I literally spilled my drink. I know some people in the forums are loving this, but personally, I am terrified for everyone else in town. Because giving Phyllis Summers the keys to a massive media empire is like handing a toddler a flamethrower. It is a recipe for absolute disaster, but Victor isn't stupid. He didn't give her this power out of the goodness of his cold, black heart. No, he gave it to her because he needs a ruthless attack dog, and he pointed her straight at Kane Ashby. Can we talk about Kane for a second? I'm sorry, but I have absolutely had it with this guy. The absolute audacity of Kane right now is making my blood boil to the point where I can barely see straight. We all know Malcolm Winters is fighting for his life. The man has aplastic anemia. He is dying. Lily is devastated because she just found out that her twins, Charlie and Maddie, aren't a bone marrow match. Devin and Nate are a mess trying to deal with Holden being Malcolm's son. The whole Winters family is falling apart at the seams, crying, praying for a miracle. And what does Kane do? He talks to Stephanie Simmons, accidentally finds out about Malcolm's condition, gets himself tested, and boom, he is the only viable bone marrow match. A miracle, right? A beautiful, redeeming moment for Kane to step up and save his former father-in-law. Wrong, because Kane is a snake. He has always been a snake. He is literally using his bone marrow, the ONLY thing that can save Malcolm's life, to blackmail Lily into handing over Chancellor Winters to him. I cannot even deal with how disgusting that is. He is holding a dying man's life hostage for corporate power. Like, who does that? I mean, we all know Kane has a history of lying and scheming. Remember the whole fake Langley identity thing when he first came to town? Remember all the Australian fraud nonsense years ago with his father Colin and his evil twin Caleb? Remember the embezzlement? Yeah, didn't work then either. But apparently, he hasn't learned a single lesson. He is still that same grifter from down under, just wearing a nicer suit. So Victor sees all this going down. And Victor, being the ultimate chess master playing for D-chess while everyone else is playing checkers, realizes he cannot let Kane get his hands on Chancellor Winters. Not because Victor cares about Malcolm's health, let's be real. Victor only cares about Victor, but because Victor wants the Winters family under his own thumb. He wants them as allies he can control, especially with all the corporate shifting happening in town. And Kane is a wild card. A greedy, desperate, unpredictable wild card who would ruin everything Victor has planned. That is exactly where Phyllis comes in. Victor looks at her and basically says, I give you the power of Newman Media, and you use every single resource, every journalist, every tabloid, every podcast at your disposal to completely annihilate Kane Ashby. And Phyllis, she didn't even blink. She took that deal so fast it gave me whiplash. Because if there is one thing Phyllis hates more than losing her own company, it is a self-righteous, manipulative hypocrite like Kane. Phyllis has always hated people who pretend to be the good guy while doing evil things in the dark. I am just imagining the sheer terror running through Genoa City right now. The rumor mill must be going crazy. Phyllis is already using Newman Media to dig deep into Kane's past. She is a hacker at heart. Remember, she is going after his Australian records. She is going to expose every single lie, every single fraud, every single dirty little secret that man has ever tried to bury. She is going to dig up the Colin Ashby connections, the mob ties, the money laundering, everything. And she is going to broadcast it to the entire world on the front page of every Newman Media platform. But here is the thing that really gets me, and it is keeping me awake right now. Is this actually going to save Malcolm? Because if Phyllis destroys Kane publicly, if she backs him into a corner and ruins his reputation, what is stopping Kane from just packing his bags, getting on a plane, and leaving? What is stopping him from taking his life-saving bone marrow with him out of pure spite? Am I the only one who is terrified that Lily is going to lose her uncle because of this corporate warfare? I mean, Lily is already in an impossible position. My heart absolutely breaks for her. She has survived so much. She survived cancer. She survived prison. She built Chancellor Winters from the ground up with Devon. And now she has to choose between letting her beloved uncle die or handing her family's entire legacy over to her lying, manipulative ex-husband who is using a medical crisis as a bargaining chip. And now she has Victor and Phyllis turning the whole situation into a public, bloody spectacle. Lily must be losing her mind. I feel so bad for her, I really do. She does not deserve this. And what about Victoria? Oh my God, can we please talk about Victoria's reaction to this? She was just actively digging up dirt on Phyllis to destroy Summers Corp. She was so smug, thinking she had finally gotten rid of Phyllis for good. And now her father has hired Phyllis to run Newman Media. Victoria's head is going to literally explode. The family dinners at the Newman Ranch are going to be absolutely toxic, and I am 100% here for it. I love it when Victoria gets knocked down a peg by Victor's unpredictable moves. She always thinks she is the heir apparent, the smartest person in the room, and then Victor just pulls the rug out from under her. Okay, back to the point. The dynamic between Victor and Phyllis is what makes this storyline pure television gold. They are both ruthless. They both play to win at all costs. But they also do not trust each other even a little bit. How long before Phyllis decides she doesn't want to be Victor's puppet anymore? You know she is going to find a way to use Newman Media against the Newmans eventually. She is probably already planting backdoors in the Newman servers. Victor thinks he has a leash on her, but Phyllis Summers does not wear a leash for anybody. But for now, I am just savoring the impending destruction of Kane Ashby. He deserves everything that is coming to him. You do not mess with a dying man's life for a CEO title. You just don't. It is morally bankrupt, even for a soap opera villain. And if anyone can make him pay, it is Phyllis armed with a global media platform and a vendetta. It is going to be an absolute bloodbath, and I am popping the popcorn right now. I kinda wonder what Billy is going to think about all this. I mean, he is so wrapped up in Sally's pregnancy right now, which, by the way, is a whole other massive mess we need to talk about in another post because Sally is clearly terrified of him and Jill, but when Billy sees the mother of his children teaming up with Victor Newman to destroy Lily's ex-husband, the drama is just too interconnected, and I love how the writers are weaving these plots together. Billy hates Victor, Billy cares about Lily, Billy has a complicated history with Phyllis. His head is going to spin. I know some fans in the forums are complaining, saying this makes Victor look too soft on Phyllis after everything she has done to his family, but I completely disagree. Am I the only one seeing the strategy here? This isn't mercy. This is a highly calculated, weaponized strike. Victor is using Phyllis as a human shield. If the plan to destroy Kane backfires, if Kane runs away and Malcom dies, or if the Winters family finds out Victor was interfering and they retaliate, Victor can just blame Phyllis. He can say she went rogue, fire her from Newman Media, and keep his own hands clean. It is a win-win for the mustache. He gets to destroy Kane, control Chancellor Winters, and potentially ruin Phyllis all in one sweeping move. It is brilliant. And let's look at Phyllis's psychology here. She is desperate. She was watching Summers Corp, her daughter's legacy, crumble into dust. She was probably having flashbacks to every time she has been beaten down by the Newmans or the Abbotts. So when Victor slides that contract across the table, offering her the ultimate weapon, she doesn't care about the moral implications. She doesn't care that she is making a deal with the devil. She just wants to win. She wants to feel powerful again. And taking down a scumbag like Kane, that is just the cherry on top. It gives her a righteous cause to mask her ruthless ambition. I am predicting that next week, Phyllis is going to drop a massive front-page bombshell article on Newman Media right when Kane thinks he has Lily cornered into signing the Chancellor Winters contracts. Kane is going to be sitting in some office, looking all smug with that fake smile of his, and suddenly his phone is going to blow up. Lily is going to be stunned, Devin is going to be furious, and Victor is going to be sitting behind his massive desk at Newman Enterprises, drinking tequila, smiling that smug little smile of his. I honestly cannot wait to watch every single second of it. The fallout is going to shift the entire power dynamic in Genoa City. If Phyllis successfully destroys Kane, she cements herself as the most dangerous media mogul in town. If Kane fights back, he might expose Victor's involvement. And poor Malcom is just caught in the middle of this billionaire turf war, literally fighting for his next breath. So yeah, I am emotional, I am stressed, and I am completely obsessed with this show right now. They have finally given us a storyline with real stakes, real history, and real consequences. Kane is about to learn the hard way that you do not try to outcon Victor Newman, and you definitely do not give Phyllis Summers a reason to destroy you. The storm is coming to Genoa City, and Newman Media is bringing the thunder.